we're going to be doing Q&A. That's a great Q question. Q.
Are you twins?
It's a great Q. And the A is yes. Are you? Are you a twin too? Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying you were.
Good for you. Congratulations for not.
Yes. Yes, it's very difficult having a twin. No, I love her. She's my bestie. Oh.
I was lucky I only had the one. And I wish, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, I love her.
Hold on. I first want to say, the problem with twins is that you have to share your clothes. See? There's an issue with that. Are we good?
Ba 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 ba, black
sheep?
Ba ba, black sheep?
Don't embarrass Tara, she's...
Cut! Oh, I'm still around. I'm on.
Good afternoon, Ideal Home Show. I would like to welcome the Green Smoothie Bar to the stage. So please come take a seat and learn how to make smoothies.
Are you going to wander or are you going to sit? Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. You go. Go, go, go.
So this is the largest audience we've ever had. I first want to say thank you, everyone.
Thank you to you. Thank you to you.
I want to...
Okay. Well, let's just jump right in. 2005.
Wait. Yeah. For those of you who don't know where the Green Smoothie Bar is and you live in Hamilton, shame on you, firstly. Secondly, come out and hang out with us.
That's a dig at this guy over here.
That guy, right there.
That guy, right there.
For shame.
For shame.
I love how we shame audiences. This is why we don't really do this a lot. We are at 236 James Street North. So for those of you who know the delicious treat place called Ola Bakery, we're right beside it. So if you feel guilty and you want to make it up to us or yourself, come out and try a green smoothie after Ola or whichever way. Okay.
Yes. So in 2005, okay, my twin sister here, Melissa, was diagnosed with systemic lupus. Okay. Some of you might have heard of it, possibly lupus. All right, good. So she was diagnosed with the most severe form. So what that means is basically her immune system was overreacting to just her eating regular cooked food. It's creating something called leukocytosis. So,
without getting too boring,
yeah.
Since I've been a raw foodist, I have not had a single flare. I have not taken any pills at all, not even like an Advil for a headache or anything, because I haven't been sick at all. Everyone else will get sick around me, not me. So we're going to show you guys today why that is, okay?
So we're going to talk a little bit quickly about raw food and what that really is, and it's raw vegan, because a lot of people come up to us and they're like, oh, you eat raw, so you like do sushi? And we're like,
no. Carrots and celery is the best one. So you guys live off carrots and celery? Is that it? No, it is way beyond that. So if you even just Google raw food, you'll see amazing meal options. Like my raw sausages, they're pretty epic. My raw cheesecake, which is a cashew cheesecake. So there's some pretty...
But I'll explain what raw is before she starts naming awesome things that you guys don't necessarily have any grasp to. So what that really means, okay, is first and foremost, it's raw vegan, okay? Most of you have heard of vegan, okay? Most of you have heard of vegetarian. Almost everyone here has probably heard of vegetarian. It's the easiest one. Everyone, there's options at every bar on the corners that have veggie burgers of some sort. So vegan is basically just elimination of all meat and dairy, okay? And then with raw vegan, it's elimination of anything that has to be cooked or processed. So with veganism, you can hang out with the bean category. You can, a lot of vegans get their protein from beans. You can hang out with, like getting, quinoa and stuff like that. Anything that's cooked, but still giving you that source. With raw vegan, we don't rely on anything bean-wise, anything grain-wise. It is solely nuts and seeds, fruits and veggies, and pretty much we'll get into like the superfoods later, the algae and stuff like that. We got some stuff to show you.
And for those who think we're crazy, if you answer yourself this one question, what does a cow eat? There you go.
So, and how big is that? And what does a gorilla eat? What does an elephant eat? Do you see where we're going with this?
Yeah.
We for some reason have this misconception about protein and that, oh no, we need to eat all these other things, these heavy, not so good for you things in order to grow large. And I got some muscle. I can
arm wrestle any one of you. Let's do it.
Yeah, we scare a lot of people. So back to this. What Raw Vegan has really done for her is literally it's completely changed both of our lives, mostly because I had to watch her pretty much on her deathbed. And so from that point on, when she naturally went that way of veg, she didn't jump right into Raw Vegan. When she went naturally into the veg thing, I thought she was insane. Personally, I was like, you're crazy, you're gonna die if you don't have meat.
Oh, no. That's because she ate bacon for breakfast. Then she had a chicken salad sandwich, or chicken
Caesar
salad or
salads,
something.
chicken
And then
whatever.
for dinner, she would have like steak with something else. So it wasn't because any other real reason. She just thought I was nuts because she eats 3 times a day meat. Something.
This was about 6 years ago, and I literally I didn't consider it a meal unless there was meat on my plate. It was just like, no, that's a side dish. That's for rabbits. That's it's not food. Give me the meat.
Yes. Because the last thing you're supposed to feed a
repeat
child.
the question.
Okay, so the question was, why are they saying that children should be eating meat 3 times a day? Babies. The problem is we don't have the initial enzyme to digest meat when we're born. So what they're saying is that they typically, the older mentality was feed a child, the last thing you feed them is meat because they haven't built up the enzyme to break that down. So now what they're saying is, you know what, just get a head start on it and do that first and then get them to eat the rest of the food later on.
Yeah.
Personally, no, not for me. Her daughter, she's now
Raw Vegan since birth. She's
now
3.5
almost
years old.
4.
She's
Yeah.
almost 4. She's 3.5. And I'm not kidding you, never been sick. This girl is incredible in like intelligence.
Like McMaster actually did a study on her when she was 2 years old and a day. They came to the house, did a study on her, and found that she was cognitively operating at a 5-year-old's level. 2.
She was saying colors
2.
that I was like, she's never gonna get that. And she's like whipping them out. Like I'm just like,
Peacock
all right.
blue. Peacock blue
I'm
was
like,
a
I
good
didn't
one.
do that to her. Trust me, it's not me and my husband. That's nothing.
No.
We did not help with that.
So there's again, to answer your question, our personal philosophy is we've seen proof that you don't need meat, period, and from when you're born. So
It's
they
just
typically
something that's been ingrained in us,
Yeah.
in our society, that it's, you know, you need your iron content, you need, you know,
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more people turning into this lifestyle because they're starting to realize that, you know, with all of the processed foods that we eat and all of the meat that we eat, that it is causing health problems. And I mean, hey, I got lupus when I was 20. That's pretty sucky. And, you know, I know a lot of people who get the big C word and, you know, all these horrible things because we're not giving our body the nutrients it needs in order to thrive, not just survive. We're supplementing, you know, all these pills just to survive. Meanwhile, we're not giving our body what it needs to thrive and live. So we're gonna teach you guys today what it takes to get your body, you know, even if you start slow, you know, with just a smoothie, even if it's a smoothie a week or a smoothie a month at the beginning, just to give your body that one kind of dose, that really good impact, to be able to teach it how to assimilate food, okay? So, and then you'd grow because we have we drink mason jars this big 2-3 times a day if we can. Because
it's fantastic.
It's
you get addicted. I'll just say that. You get addicted. When I first did my first 30 days of raw vegan, it's insane, but I was walking past someone's garden and I started salivating, looking at their greens in the garden. I thought I was going insane. I looked at her, I was like, why am I looking at these and actually drooling for them? And she's just like, no, don't worry. She goes, your body is telling you that that's what you want. That's what you want. And I'm used to I'm gonna walk by a bar and have some chicken wings instead. And so for that, it was like, oh wow, there's something majorly here that.
Oh, and don't be hard on yourselves. The largest deterrent for people is that if I start doing this and I don't succeed, everyone's gonna laugh at me. Everyone's gonna see, oh, she tried to be healthy. Oh, good for her, but no, she failed, ha ha. Don't be hard on yourself. You will have those moments where you're just like, you know what? Just give me a burger. Okay, good, eat it, whatever. Get it out of your system, and then go back and say, you know what? It's a new time, it's a new chance, keep going again, right? So don't beat yourself up over the little things.
Biggest mistake that people do make when you go on these crash diet type stuff, because this is not a crash diet, this is a lifestyle. That's the biggest thing we're here to promote, that this is not a temporary fix of anything, especially if you guys know of someone with cancer, with diabetes, type 2, hopefully, like, not hopefully type 2, but definitely type 1 is a lot more difficult to deal with when it comes to actually curing them of it. So type 2 though is I'm not even joking, I'm going as bold as saying it's almost 100% diet based.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. I've seen people, like I've been doing this out of my house for over 3 years, and I've had people coming to me, and within a month, they're coming back and they're like, everything is stabilized, everything is normalized. Whether it was breast cancer, because I had stage 3 breast cancer women coming to me, whatever it was, they were like, everything is stopped. Everything is either stopped or now reverting. And I was like, yeah, it's food. It's not me doing it to them. It's literally the food that they're putting in their body has become so much more nutritionally dense, so much more ingrained in what they actually needed, that their body is like, okay, this is fantastic. I can actually deal with the other issues now and actually heal you. Because we, for some reason, think it stops at our outside. We get a cut on our finger, and if you don't put a Band-Aid on it, and we're like, oh, okay, well, it's going to heal. It's going to scab over, and it's going to heal. We think that it stops on the outside. It works internally. Your body, you have the ability internally to heal yourself.
For sure.
So, anyway,
and I'll say one thing before we start. For those of you who know who Hippocrates is, he's the founder of modern medicine, and the lesser known quote, because everyone takes the Hippocratic Oath, do no harm, the lesser known quote is, let medicine be thy food and food be thy medicine. So let's get started and show you guys how to make a green smoothie today.
Alrighty, so if you were lucky enough to have a Vitamix, yay, I hear the angels sing, the Vitamix. This one here, you guys don't get what's in this jug because it's been abused pretty bad. It's a couple years old already. We already made some samples, so if you guys want to try that in our actual stuff from the Green Smoothie Bar, so it's not my junky jar here. So if you guys do have a blessing of having a Vitamix or a very good quality blender, okay, that is going to be like the staple for you. It's literally what I live off of in a cinch. If you don't, and you just have just a regular blender of blah blah blah, it's okay. And I'd rather you do. You might be
chewing your smoothie. You might be chewing it slightly, slightly. So if you can get
actually
over that, you're good. You're good.
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, in a raw food kitchen, this doesn't happen right here.
That's gone.
No stove.
That's gone.
No stove. That's a no-go.
So no more burns, and you're not going to have that problem. Oh, did I leave the stove on? No, you didn't. You're good. You might have left the dehydrator on, but that's okay because that takes days to do something.
Yes. Okay, so everyone knows of smoothies. It's very simple. You throw your fruit in and you blend it up, and it's fantastic. The biggest thing with us is we are called the Green Smoothie Bar for a reason. Not just because of our environmental awesomeness and what we use all compostable stuff, mostly because we add
greens.
Yay. Literally greens right into the smoothie.
Okay, raise your hand if you guys know what kale is. Sick, we got a good audience. Awesome, good job. A lot of people.
Pat yourself on the back. A lot of people don't know what we're talking about. They're like, what is that? Kelp? Is it from the sea? And it's like, no, kale. It grows in your garden, big leafy
delicious.
green.
Has lots of vitamin A and vitamin K, all the good things that you would need. So every smoothie that we make is 100% organic. So even our superfoods. So we'll get into what our superfoods are, but all of them at the Green Smoothie Bar are 100% organic, okay? Something that we firmly believe in because we don't want to fill your body with pesticides when you get it from the environment anyway. Yay! So spinach and kale. Delicious spinach and kale. For those of you who don't know, here, most of you do.
That's baby kale.
This is a baby kale. These are the little.
You guys might have seen the big kale with the giant leaves. Yes, okay. We use baby kale, and I will tell you guys, if you guys are going to do it at home, I recommend the baby stuff, mostly because it tends not to be as bitter.
And breaks down easier.
And it does break down easier, especially if you don't have a Vitamix. See? We're helping you out, giving you tips.
Because we learned the hard way. We chewed most of our smoothies when we first started.
Exactly.
So we're telling you the truth. It was bad. Okay, so what you're going to do, keep in mind, every body is different. So everybody's gonna want different things. They're gonna have different tastes and preferences. The one that we brought today is just a pineapple banana. So it's a very, this is the basic, simple, easy one you guys can do. The thing that you have to remember is all the portioning that you guys want. If you like it more banana-y, put more banana in. If you like it a little more pineapple-y or a little more watery, put more pineapple or put more water.
We're just gonna say it's not an exact science. There really
I mean, at the Green Smoothie Bar there is, but if you're gonna do it at home, feel free to play with it, okay? We're gonna show you the hardest part for a lot of people is the portioning of the greens. To them, it's like it's either way too much or not enough, right? So that's the biggest concern when they're putting their smoothie together, because everything else kind of just goes. It's just like, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine.
They get a little scared. They get a little like, oh, I don't want to overpower it. And then they're like, okay, well, I'll just put a little bit in because they just want that. It can go either way. So truthfully, I always say whatever your hand size is, you literally get a hand size. It's that easy. You just take your hand, go like that, and throw it in. So however you want to do it. Don't just go like this with one or two leaves. Like take a good, good solid hand. So I have, here we go. I had to bring our own spring water because at the Green Smoothie Bar, we don't use tap water. Unfortunately, it's fine if you guys are into tap water. I'm totally cool with that. Just we like to use all natural spring water.
Anyone want to discuss tap water with me? There's more controls in it than bottled water? Bottled water is basically tap water that they're going to sell to you in convenience. That's pretty much what it is. Actually, Dasani, who is owned by PepsiCo, had to come out and admit they literally use the municipal tap water. So it's kind of like a, thanks guys, you blew the cover on that one. And they sell it to you at $2 a bottle. So it's more expensive than gasoline. That should give you a kind of indicator as to how much a bottle of water is versus a bottle of gasoline. It's pretty pricey.
Have a seat.
Welcome. So,
okay.
But tap water, just for those of you who don't know, it does contain something.
It's hydrofluoric acid, okay?
Yeah.
It's fluoride. You've probably all heard the controversy so far. Like
with fluoride?
In the last couple of years, it's been a huge controversy. A lot of countries are trying to take it out of their water. And then there's a lot of people that are like, no, we have to do this mass fluoridization for people's teeth and yada, yada, yada.
Which is funny because it causes fluorosis, which is just not.
We're not
so, but anyway, we won't go into too much, but just keep in mind that we do use natural spring water 100% from Sterling, Ontario.
Yes.
So our ice as well as our water is. There are tons of places around here if you guys do want to drink spring water. There's something called findaspring.com. So findaspring.com will show you all of the natural springs in this area, pretty much anywhere in Canada, but you can see your area locally, where it'll tell you if it's the artesian well for Ancaster or the Pooslinch spring. People in that community who do drink spring water, we take care of each other. So what happens is someone will take a sample and bring it to the public health department, get it tested, and post the results online. So you're always getting that kind of up to date. Is it good for me? Is it not good for me? Is there something you should be cautious of?
Just like anything in nature, something can dump, something can spoil something. And even though like it does happen, it's rare, but at least those people are kind of on your side, that they want to show you, yes, this is good, or no, this isn't.
Yeah. So if you guys do get the chance, there's an amazing one out in Pooslinch, Ontario. So it's just past Flamborough area, and it's pretty wonderful. We go there. We take huge what are those called?
Wine jugs.
Like the wine-making jugs.
The glass jars.
We take those, and
what are they called?
Demi-John. Well, the Demi-Johns, aren't they the smaller ones? They're all Demi-Johns? Okay. Yeah, so the Demi-Johns, you can take them. Cool. The spring there, someone got smart, obviously. I met someone there that was going for 45 years to that spring. Blew my mind. 45 years they've been going collecting their water from that spring. So I know it's good. And because people were going there so often, they actually built like a crevice so that you can put your full-size Demi-John right there, and there's a spout that comes out. So people thought of this, and so we should I'm grateful to whoever did that. If it was one of you guys, thanks.
Okay, so yes. Brita filters. Anything that's in a jug that you take your tap water and then you filter through that, they tend not to be.
It's not as clean as you. It's still the source. You have to look at the source of it, okay?
Yeah.
So you're still getting tap water. And for those of you who don't know, tap water also contains a lot of drugs. So you're getting drugs, outright drugs. You're getting antidepressants. You're getting heart medication. You're getting birth control. You're getting a ton of, literally a cocktail of drugs because they can't take those out of the water when you go to the washroom. They cannot purify it clean enough to get those substances out.
A lot of people dump their meds down sinks, and and it becomes this issue.
It's literally a cocktail.
You don't know what you're
drugs.
getting. Now, mind you, we don't want to scare anybody here. We don't want you guys to go home and be like, I need anything.
Poison. Yeah. No drinking out of that.
I can't have that. Trust me, water's better for you than pretty much anything else you're going to drink.
True.
Okay? So
True.
right there is it's a benefit. We just want you to be aware that if you are going to be taking in mass amounts, which you should, everybody knows 8 glasses a day, blah, blah, blah. You should be taking in a lot of water. Just know where the source is.
Yeah.
That's just all, it's common knowledge. Okay, so gonna go back to this. We have banana in here, okay? I just put in 2, okay? 2 complete bananas. You guys watch me put in a handful of spinach, a handful of baby kale.
And if you want more, put in more, because I like more.
We put in the ice already, and then we're gonna put in my pineapple. We were gonna cut it up, but we didn't have a board or knives or anything. Thanks, guys.
Tomorrow we will.
Thanks for. So just slices of pineapple. I would probably put, well, depending on what you guys like, I'd probably put about 5 or 6. And then, spring water, yay!
So when you do the water, we always look you want enough of it to be covered. You don't want to see the water up here. Try not to fill it past the actual ingredients. So you're probably looking at, for a jug this size, you're probably looking at almost a half. If you want it a little more watery, like it's basically, if you like it icy, because a lot of people I know like it kind of like that slushy almost, because they can take it, it'll slowly melt, so when they're out at the office, they can kind of still have that de-thawing, right? So they can keep drinking more. But if you like it, thin, put more water. If you like it thick, leave it a little under the halfway mark. So usually about that.
Now we're going to briefly talk what we said about superfoods, okay? Because right now this is your base smoothie.
Yes.
If you have nothing else, this is your base smoothie. You just get your greens, you get whatever fruit you like. We've at the Green Smoothie Bar kind of come up with our own concoctions that we found that most people enjoy the flavor of. But the superfoods are really where you get to kick it up.
Yes.
You get to kick this stuff up because this stuff is the most nutrient-dense foods on the face of the earth. So when we're talking about nutrition, spinach and kale, yes, the iron content of the spinach, the vitamin A and vitamin K of the kale, there are lots of awesome things with it, but these things here give you that added whole food, just intense nutrition. So these here are, anybody know? Nope.
Yeah, wait.
Yes,
oh,
goji berries. They're
No, you want to know what we found out they taste like? They literally taste like twigs.
A fig mixed with a twig.
Yeah, figgy twig. It's a figgy twig goji berry because they are not pleasant on their own.
No.
Funny enough, though, some people I know love just them.
Well, now you know. Now you know. So they are extremely high in antioxidants. Extremely. Like that's. Yeah, come sit. Sit. We'll have samples out in a minute.
Hold on. Here,
goji
ready?
is spelled G-O-J-I. Goji berry. So, personally, okay, I have mason jars at home, so I just kind of go like this. Yay, okay, goji berries. Pretty much it. And then we have next.
Well, you're going to talk more about goji berries? You guys want to know more about goji berries, or do you want us to move on? Raise your hand if you want us to talk more about goji berries. We'll talk to you later. You are going to be talked to later.
You get special treatment by the teachers.
Yeah,
later.
the ones that raise their hand get special treatment.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about something that most people you're going to find it disgusting probably. This is actually an algae. This is called spirulina. So have you guys, anybody heard of spirulina? Oh, okay, good. I have a few nods. That's fantastic. So spirulina is a blue-green algae. This right here, above any other superfood that I can recommend to you, is the most nutrient dense on the face of the earth. This one specifically, okay? Because it is a blue-green algae, you're also getting your B12. There are so many micronutrients involved with spirulina that it is like a detoxifier. It is, it's pretty much, well, what does algae do? Clean the ocean, and what are we? Water.
Mostly water.
So right there, you kind of get the correlation as to why we would want to ingest it. It's going to bind to heavy metals and clean you out, and it's an amazing, amazing food. The sister to this is something called chlorella. Chlorella is the green algae. This is the blue-green algae. There's brand names of algae like E3 Live, some people probably heard of. But this one here is the one that I would recommend for everybody to have in their cupboard at any point in time. Mind you, it smells and tastes like fish food. Fish food. I'll say the word fish food. It tastes like fish food. If you're into that, that's fantastic. Eat it by the spoonful.
If you're from Newfoundland or Nova Scotia, you'll love it. You'll love it.
Eat it by the spoonful if you can. Most people that I know, especially when they come to the Green Smoothie Bar, they'll take a little whiff and they'll be like, I can't do that. And I'll say, well, the beauty of it is you put it in a smoothie and you can do it because you don't taste it. So it hides that strong flavor in the smoothie. So that's why I recommend just dump it in. Now, if you're my daughter, who is raw vegan since birth, she eats it by the spoonful.
By itself. Like,
Pure,
totally.
like,
It's
right up. Yeah,
We had a hard time watching that, but it was so cute. She loved it. She just had it all over her face. And actually, funny enough, young children that come into the Green Smoothie Bar, we'll give them like spirulina with a little bit of lemon and like water, like just a little like shot.
Coconut. You could do the coconut milk.
Or the coconut milk. We add like a coconut milk one of it, and they love it. They're addicted. Like, it's kind of fun to watch because you're like, that kid knows how it is. He knows what to do and he knows what he likes.
They haven't been tainted yet by this massive sugars and processed stuff. So, okay, so that's spirulina. Next, we're going to talk about.
Raise your hand.
Wait.
Flax.
There you go. Flaxseed. All right, so flaxseed, I kind of have like a little bit of a trinity as to what my smoothies have. It's usually flaxseed, hemp seed, and goji berries. That's usually my trinity for a typical taste-wise, one of those kind of nice, I don't know, they just taste, these don't really have much of a taste. Now, unless, like I said, you're going to grind them up and eat those by the spoonful, then I'm sure you're going to taste a little bit of that, I don't know, it's got a
Flaxy taste.
Yeah.
Flaxy taste.
There's no way to describe it. It's a flaxy taste. But basically, flaxseed, well, there's a lot of benefits to it. As most of you have probably heard of flaxseed oil that they sell in the little jars that are very expensive.
It's high in omega-3s, you're getting your fibers, it's an all-around great superfood. And best thing about flaxseed that I like is you don't have to refrigerate it, and it's a dry thing that you can just keep there. The spirulina, you do have to refrigerate when you open it. Not like, don't freeze it, just keep it in a cool place.
And you're actually supposed to keep them in a semi-dark area.
Yeah.
Not really in a mason jar.
No, that's for display.
Yes. So next, we have...
Anyone? What? Whoop! No, not sesame. Hold on, show the camera. Show the camera. No. Chia.
Yes. Everybody remembers that from the 80s? All right. So unfortunately, in the 80s, we were rubbing it on a little clay pot dog or a cat when you should have been eating it. and then you're laughing. You did it. You had a chia pet. I can tell you had a chia pet. Exactly.
And no one thought to eat them. That was just
funny,
sad.
Yeah, you'd watch it sprout and you'd be like, how cool is this? And you give me a haircut or something, but you never actually eat what it was. Those are
sprouts
sprouted
are amazing.
chia seed. That's amazing for you.
Yeah.
Most people just threw out, they're like, oh,
threw it out,
done.
scraped it off, and did it again. Way to waste all that sprouting time. Just saying.
You should have been eating it.
If you guys are interested in sprouts, there's if you look up Sprout Man.
The Sprout Man.
The Sprout Man.
Steve
Morowitz. He is I don't know if you guys are interested in it, but why not? Sprouting is amazing because you have to think of it this way. All of the nutrients that it takes to get a seed to sprout, so it's holding itself in, right? And if you can get it to sprout, all of the nutrients are in that baby plant. If you can eat that baby plant, it's living foods. So you are literally ingesting micronutrients, natural enzymes. You're getting all, like everything you could possibly need is in that baby sprout. You can live off them. So it sounds sadistic, but eat the babies.
Now, back to chia though quickly, it's also, when it gets wet, as you would all know with the chia, it creates a gelatinous coating on it. Now there's a reason for that in nature. What actually happens is when you're ingesting that, okay, it goes through your hydrochloric acid, your stomach acid, okay, and it actually gets absorbed partially through that, but because of that coating, it also continues to be absorbed through your intestinal tract. Most people kind of negate their intestinal tract and kind of just go, yeah, that's where the things that are not, like that's just, you know, that's where things go when they're already done working. What most people don't realize is your intestinal tract is spongy and porous for a reason. It is still absorbing nutrients as it passes through you. So chia seed, beautiful thing about it is it goes right through your hydrochloric acid and still gets absorbed through your intestines because of that. So
it's a double dose of fiber, and it's tasty. I mean, they're fun just to like crunch on because it's like a little pop in your mouth, and it's delicious.
Yeah, and I do recommend if you guys ever do like, I don't know, there's poppy seed cakes and stuff like that. Yeah. Throw a little bit of chia, mix a little bit of chia in there with the poppy seed.
Yeah, and
put it on your salad, yeah.
All of these things besides the spirulina, I wouldn't really want to put that on a salad. All of these things we typically put on a salad. Less so the chia seed because of that gelatinous shell. Keep in mind, if you guys are going to use chia in your smoothie, if you let it sit for too long, it literally creates gel, like it makes it jelly, okay? So be mindful of that. What I like doing is I pour my green smoothie and I put the chia on top. And so as I drink it, I'm like, I can taste the sprinkles of chia. So it gives it a different texture rather than making it jelly right away. So I like doing that, kind of like topping it with cinnamon. Anybody have questions about chia? Okay.
So next, well, we'll do a question and answer later.
I know.
Anybody?
Want to have a guess at it?
No one's got this one? Okay, here, I got a hint.
Oh. Yeah! This is hemp seed, which is funny because it doesn't have any THC in it, so you're not getting high off anything. But that's how people know it. People could think, oh, well, I'll make some hemp brownies. No, there's no THC. You're not going to be giggling unless it's just it's a placebo effect. It's a placebo effect for those who make hemp brownies.
Now, hemp is a complete protein. Okay, that's one of the big reasons why you should continually have it. Basically, what that means is it has all the essential amino acids in it.
Before we go into that, protein is one of those, yay, you ask me where I get my protein from kind of questions. Here's the answer, it's very easy. You never get protein. You think you do when you cut up a steak or when you eat legumes or whatever, right? You're getting protein. You don't actually get protein. What happens is the animal ate grass, built the protein molecule because it ate all of the essential amino acids. Then you cut it up and you eat this animal and it digests and goes, I think I recognize that protein, that molecule. That's an essential amino acid, I can pull that out too. And then it tries to cram it together and says, here's your protein molecule designed for your body. Good luck, because the rest of that is a waste. So bypass that secondary resource of protein and go direct to the source, which is your essential amino acids. Okay?
Which you can also get from greens as well.
Yes, leafy greens, but hemp, the reason that it's such a beautiful protein source is because it has all of the 8 essential amino acids, she'll argue 9, but 8 essential amino acids to build that protein molecule that's specifically designed for your body. It's never been recreated for anything, okay? So just an FYI in protein fun. The last, oh, that was it.
Okay.
All right.
So, this is a superfood green smoothie. Yay! And we're going to hand you out some samples. Now, like I said, if you guys are lucky enough to have a Vitamix, probably most of you are not because it's very expensive. But, and I'm not assuming anything about your lifestyle. I'm just simply saying it's usually not on the top of people's list to get. So, like I said, the Vitamix though, it'll literally blend your cell phone.
Anyone have an iPhone that I can put in?
No.
It'll blend it. I'm
will.
not kidding. I'm not even kidding.
It
It's
will
awesome.
blend it to a powder. It's bizarre. Yeah, it's.
We're not responsible, by the way, or liable for any cell phones that might go blending.
You could probably turn off my mic because I'm going to turn it on and I don't.
So the one that I have here is still the pineapple banana, but this was made at the Green Smoothie Bar. So I should shake that. So you're not going to get that. It doesn't have the spirulina, or actually it doesn't have any of the superfoods in there. The reason that we don't do that at demos, we don't give them to you, is because if we put any of these in there and someone has an intolerance, well, there they go, they can't try it. So we keep it with the very base one that you saw earlier, so that way everyone can have a sample. At the Green Smoothie Bar, we have about, how many? I think we've got almost 40 superfoods. So we have things that are, we have camu camu, we have acai powder, we have papaya, like pretty much you name it, we have it under the sun. So I'll just start doing this. You want to pour those?
Yeah. And if anybody does want to try the superfood one, by all means, if you guys do. So
you're very welcome.
The
We are at 236 James Street North.
There you go.
So right by Ola Bakery. We are twins.
Yeah, actually, I actually make a raw vegan cereal out of this. I take, I do coconut, hemp seed, chia seed, flax seed. I actually use cranberries. I don't do the goji berries in the cereal because they tend to be a little too hard for a nice soft thing. Very good, yeah.
Keep in mind too, at the Green Smoothie Bar, all of our cups, including the straws, you guys don't have straws, but all of our cups and our straws are 100% compostable. Okay, so if you, actually I don't even think we brought a compost bin. We don't have compost, so just bring us your cups again and we'll take care of it. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna answer any questions that you guys might have. So from what you guys have seen today, if you guys want to either come up and talk, or if you guys are comfortable, you can stay where you are and I can answer some questions if you have them. Okay? Thank you, though.
6 years ago. 6 years. So we've been. Is she trying to clap for us? There was no question or answer?
Just seems to change.